So, let's start off with what is OneNote? Well, OneNote is, if you'll remember at the beginning of the school year, um, we were given a 3-ring binder with tabs, and we've been putting pages in that binder the entire school year. Well, essentially, that's what OneNote is. It is a digital 3-ring binder. So let me show you how to access that. And if you want to do that on your computer while we're doing this, you're welcome to. You may want to minimize the Skype window. If you don't, that's okay. Not a big deal. The first thing you're going to do is go to your Launchpad, log into your Launchpad, and scroll down and find the Office 365 app. It's a little, I don't know, red looking square thing. Click on that. Now mine comes up populated with a lot of stuff. Okay, so you can see we've got a lot of apps in here that's in the Office 365 suite that you can use. I don't know whether you guys were aware of these, but there's a ton of stuff. And most of these apps are also available to the students from Office 365. If you scroll down, you will see recent items that I've worked on or had been into. The things that were shared with me. For instance, if I open that, we will see the virtual notebook that Dr. Bowen shared with us. What I would like to do is show you how to get started to begin with. And that is, once you've opened up the Office 365 app, you're going to click on OneNote. And within OneNote, you can create a new notebook. And it's fairly easy to do. Obviously, you just hit new and you have a new notebook. I'm going to show you one of my existing notebooks to show you what it looks like. Everyone's still hanging in there with me? Okay, so this is actually my Math 2 Advanced 3rd period Block 3 class notebook. And this is actually a class notebook that I created for my class, and it has a collaboration space for the students, a content area, library, and a place called Teacher Only where I can create stuff that no one can see except me. And then when I create a class notebook, I'm able to add the students, and each student also gets a notebook that they can work in. Okay. Now this is the web version, and it works pretty good. However, I prefer the desktop version, namely because it gives you more options. So I'm going to actually switch over to the desktop option. And the way you do it is once you open a notebook on the web, you simply click Open in App. And it will ask you, okay, well, how do you want to open this? And you'll need to select your application. I'm going to open it in OneNote 2016. And here's the notebook that I was just looking at on the web. Now these are sections in the notebook. So if I want to look in my content library, now the content library is where you share information with kids that you can change, but they cannot. They can copy it into their own notebook, but they cannot change any of the information in the document. If you want to give them something that they can actually work on together, you would actually put that document over in the collaboration space, and then they can work collaboratively on it. In the content library is where you put worksheets or various things that you do, but you don't want them to change it. So for my Block 3 class, this would be the assignment or the lesson that I taught on February 23rd. Now remember I said that a OneNote notebook is like a 3-ring binder with tabs and pages. So across the top of the 2016 version, you will see the various tabs, and those corresponds to the assignments or lessons that we did that day. And I'm just a real creative guy. I actually use the date to create the assignment number. Some folks do it a little differently, but I use that assignment number on everything. If I put the documents in Google Classroom, I attach that number so that they can find it there. They can find it in OneNote, and they can also find it on Focus, um, designated the same way. Um, so let's take a look at this lesson real quick. If you'll notice, this was my agenda, and I can get rid of all my menus at the top so that I can do a full screen mode. And typically when kids come in the room, this is what I might have posted on the board or on the screen up front as they come in. They know they're supposed to come in and get their bell work done. I don't always have the homework answers in the agenda, but sometimes I do. Here you can see I have instructions for turning in the homework. And I've also pasted or created a link right here to a YouTube video that I was planning on showing the kids during class. And then for this particular assignment, I created 5 questions that they were supposed to copy into their binder and do for homework. Um, After that, here are the homework answers, and I will show you in just a moment how to put that stuff into the right into the notebook. I didn't have to actually paste this. I actually just printed it right into here. Here are the notes I gave them for the day. Heidi, you're going to love this. If you have the Wacom tablet or a touchscreen computer, you don't, or a tablet, you don't have to have the Wacom tablet, but at the time I did not have the ability to write on the screen. So I went and purchased one of these little tablets, and I can come up to the top and I can choose a pen. I'll go with red, and with my Wacom tablet, I can actually write right on the screen. And so that's how I work out problems for kids. That's how I model problems for kids. Another cool feature of this program is that I can now lasso that or select it with a lasso. And then if I click ink to text, it'll convert it to an actual text. So theoretically, and I've seen this done on demos, I have seen where people created their lessons. Forgive my handwriting. And then after you're done, they would come in and lasso this thing. And then click ink to text, and they've got the text. Another nice feature about this app, Microsoft OneNote, is that there is also a phone app, and so all of the notes that you see me doing here are being saved to the cloud automatically, and I can actually open those on my phone as well, which can be handy for students. They may be able to maybe out away from the classroom and be able to open a document and look at the notes. Um, by the way, with the class notebook, all of these notes are available as I take them to my students. I see I've got one person not hearing here. Brandy, can you hear now? All right, good. Scared me for a second there. Okay, so let's see, where am I? Let's talk about if I'm creating a page and I want to put a new document in here. So let me go out to, let me open up my documents here. Let's say I want say I want this document in my OneNote for students to work on, or just something for me to reference in a particular notebook. Well, I can come up here to print, and then when you open any, pretty much any document, seems like these days, when you open up your destination, there's a send to OneNote or a send to OneNote 2016. Okay, so I'm going to click on that and click print, just like I was going to send it to the printer. Give it a second to connect. Then I'm going to open up my OneNote, and it's asking me, okay, where do you want to paste that thing? I'm currently working in A.2.27, so I'm going to click there, click OK. If you noticed over here, that document just pasted right in there. If I want students to work on this, I can actually right-click on the document and set the picture as a background, and then students can come in and actually type right in the document. If students um, have a tablet that they can write on the screen, a touchscreen tablet, this program was actually created where the students can handwrite work right in there, and then the teacher can go grade it. Let's move on because I'm running out of time here, or I feel like I'm running out of time anyway. Let's suppose I want this web page right here in my document. Well, I can copy this link and put it in there, but OneNote also comes with something called a web clipper, and it's just an add-on in the Chrome extensions. And if I click on that, I have several options here where I can paste that web page right into my OneNote. I can paste the full page. I can select a region that I want to put in there. I can paste the article, which this is just giving me a short synopsis with the link, or I can paste a bookmark with a little preview of what that looks like. So for this exercise, I think I'll put the full page. Okay, and when I come over here, I need to select what notebook and where I want it. So I'm in the block 3. I want to go to the content library. I'm going to put it in the same location. I'm in the third 9 weeks lessons. I was working in 227. Looks like it's taken a bit to open this. Since it's taking a while, for argument's sake, let's just do the bookmark. And then we will clip it. Okay, let's go back to our notebook and see how that looks. See if it actually clipped it and put it in the right place. So here's that link that I bookmarked that I put in there. The nice thing, the reason I like this is, as Dr. Bowens kind of said early on in our faculty meetings, it kind of puts everything in one place. This right here gives me a preview, so if I'm looking for something, I can see a preview along with the link, and I can just click the link and it takes me right out to the web page. I use this for a lot of things. As you can see, I've got a notebook for just about everything. I do my lesson planning on here, and so here's kind of a spreadsheet, if you will, of my lesson plans. I also create pages where just thinking pages, like if I want something on transformations, here's some links to a game. Here's a lesson I did with the lessons for the right family. Blank coordinate plane pages. Just all kinds of stuff, but it's all in one page, all in one place. Here's another page that I clipped on Cornell Notes. Let's see. Go back to home. And let's see. Insert. Let me show you some other cool things that this thing will do. There is on that web page that I put in this notebook, um, there is what am I trying to say? There's an interactive website where you can see all sorts of help sessions on OneNote. And one of the things that they talk about is creating an interactive lesson right in OneNote. And the teacher opens up by actually recording audio. So she records a voice message that the students can listen to, um, of an introduction to the lesson. You can record video if you'd rather do video than an audio type introduction. And then she has several different things for um, for the students to do that are interactive right in the notebook. If you use video, and let's say you want to embed a video, so let's suppose I want to put this video right in my lesson for the students to watch. So if I click on share, man, things seem to be going slow. And I'm going to copy that link. You guys have done this before, I'm sure. All right, let me go back to my notebook here. You can just paste the link in there, and notice it automatically gives you the video. And then if you're running through a lesson or you want the kids to watch the lesson, they can click on it right here in OneNote, and it plays the video. They can maximize it just like they would in YouTube. So this would make a great interactive type lesson where you maybe have them do something and then open a video and um, work on it. Let's see, what else? That's class notebooks in a nutshell. Oh, let's take a look at what if I wanted to grade some work from students. So if I back right back up to the top, to the very beginning of the notebook, you'll notice I have student names here. Well, these are actually the class notebooks, the student notebooks. So here's an assignment that I gave them to do. That was not something that was interactive. Here's something that was interactive. Looks like he chose to write it on paper instead of in his notebook. This one also. But the students can actually come in here and type the work right in here. And then if I want to grade it, let's see. Oh, duh. I need to be in class notebook. So when I click on class notebook, I can review student work. And so I can actually go in there and, again, with my Wacom tablet, I could make comments. Now this is in the student's notebook where they can review it. I don't use it a lot, but there is a place in here where there are stickers and that type of thing. I don't know where it is. I don't use stickers and emojis and stuff that much. But this was again, this notebook was created, OneNote was created so that students could, well, really for what we're doing right now, and that's going completely digital and away from uh, pencil and paper type stuff. All right, I think I've talked long enough. Who's got questions? Let's see, I see one here. Can you use your Wacom and write on the whiteboard and record it as you are doing it so that you can? Yes, absolutely, Sarah. That's actually how I plan to teach my lessons. I'm going to paste a copy of my notes right into the OneNote notebook. And then I'm going to open up Zoom, just like we're doing right now, and click on record. And then I'm going to upload that video to my YouTube channel and post it on Google Classroom for students to watch and take notes on. And so Monday, they will have a video that I'm creating, just like what we're talking about. And there is a Google Doc worksheet that they will actually type right into. Let me see if I can find that real quick. A Google Doc that I've got my kids, actually this is Tuesday's lesson, where the kids will actually watch the video, then they'll open up this document on Google Classroom and type the answers right in there. But to answer your question, yes, absolutely. I got a little long-winded there. Okay, let's see here. I'm trying to figure out how I can demonstrate Punnett squares. Well, whatever you put on the screen would actually show up in your video. So if you have a PhET, what do they call it? PhET simulation or something like that, you're good. Who else has a question here? Let's see here. Am I the only one? Oh, that's Chris. Let's see. About sound. What is the name of my tablet? Is a Wacom Intuos. It's actually made for graphic art. It's not really made for what I bought it for, but man, it really works nice for what I'm using it for. Anybody else? What are your office hours? Because I need help. Tribble for you anytime. Just give me a ring. Uh, my hours are from 8:20 to 4:20, but really I'm going to be doing stuff in video and everything, creating video and lessons probably from 10 o'clock to or 8 to 10. And then so after that, anytime would be good to give me a jingle. And way me and Mr. Werner took care of it earlier today was he was having some trouble with Google Classroom, and I just opened up the email that he had sent me, realized he was online, and just clicked on Skype, and we jumped right into a Skype conversation right there, and opened up Windows, shared Windows, and was able to see each other's stuff. So. Who else has a question? I see Heidi's typing something. No. Anybody else? Before we close this session out, it's 3:25. I want to be respectful of your time. And guys, if you jump into this thing and want to start using it, I'm open to doing another one of these, or even just a private message type thing if we don't have a group. Just let me know. Like we got it. Oh, okay. Like Miss Trahan is typing a message. You're welcome, Miss Ray. Thanks everybody for coming. I really appreciate this. It's nice to know that people showed up for my meeting, and I hope you guys found it helpful. I haven't even scratched the surface of what this thing can do. It really, I'm seeing this program really even more powerful than Google Classroom if used right. because they've added a feature where you can actually couple that classroom notebook with the My Teams app. And so if you think about it, if you're a student, you could go into My Teams, have all the functionality of communication, video conferencing, and everything with the Teams app, but also with one click, you can be in your OneNote notebook or class notebook um, doing your work as well. So great, guys. Okay, well, I'm going to let you guys go, and you have a great afternoon, and let's get ready for Monday. Bye bye.